Today's video is sponsored by ASICprices.com. ASICprices.com is one of my new favorite sites to scope out true profitability and ROI rankings before I make my next ASIC purchase. Check this out. I can simply enter my current electric rate and instantly see what ASICs are best suited for me. On top of that, let's say I want to find what ASIC miner is most profitable to stack Doge and Litecoin. Just select your algo and bam, there is the Bitmain L7. ASICprices.com has taken things to the next level. Look at this. When you select a miner, look at all this amazing information. Miner statistics and overviews, historic miner prices, daily and 30-day mining revenue, trusted vendors, and much, much more. Go check out ASICprices.com today.
What's going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, IPollo has gone ahead and sent us an early version of the IPollo X1. And this guy here, we're going to try to do this one-handed. Hopefully don't hurt myself. You can actually see it right here. It is the IPollo X1. It does 300 to 330 mega hash, give or take, 6 gigabytes of memory, and it's in ETHASH, which in this case we're going to use it for Ethereum Classic, using only 240 watts. Now, IPollo has a whole bunch of different miners just like this, right? Stat sounds pretty similar to a lot of these other guys out there. Let's see if we can open this up. There we go. Put that blade away before I hurt myself, because I know I will. But my understanding is this one has a very different look to it. Rabid Mining actually had a video not too long ago going over this unit, and it looks very different. I almost thought it was a GPU at first. I thought that's what they were making. So let's take a look. So we got an orange Pi. I'll explain more about this in a minute. This is heavy. This must be a power supply. And we got a box. All right. Ooh, look at that box. That looks cool. Anything else? Nope. Okay. So I know everyone's like, ooh, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, let's do it. Box looks slick. I'm trying to do everything one-handed. All right, here we go. First look. First time I'm seeing it too. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that's... Hey, glad you got packing in here. All right, glad you got packing. Let's try this again. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Not really sure what that says, but we got IPollo on this side. Look at this. This looks just like a graphics card. Holy cow. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Looks like PCI, like slotted. All right. Put this to the side. That looks cool, though. It's heavy. It's a lot heavier than I thought. It looks just like a graphics card. Dude, if you could put this in like a rig in PCI slots, that would be awesome. Look, it even has, wow, like the I/O on the end and stuff. All right. I don't know how Red Panda does this one-handed. Wow, check that out. All right, so let's kind of take a look. I'm going to scoot over my chair here. So we actually have 2 8-pins right here and a USB port. Now, it looks like it has the I/O, so you could like put this in your rig. Sounds kind of like it's missing something. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, there's actually feet on this side. That's different. Look at this, it looks just like a GPU. Look, it even has like your heat sink here on the end. It's got slots here to air that out. Let's see, what do we have here? IPollo.com. Look at all the ventilation on the side. Look, it's got 3 fans on the top. Let me move this around here. Same thing on this side. I mean, this literally looks like a graphics card, just in a massive, like, chassis here. This is the same info that's on the box on the outside there, so nothing too different. Look, it even got like your heatsink screws and everything. Now, there's all these like, let's see. Is that a screw here? I'm trying to see what that is. Nope. I was trying to see how to open this thing up. I'm not going to lie. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an option here. I mean, you can unscrew these, but I actually want to, like here, I'm at, look, I thought maybe it looked like I was missing screws here. But nope, there's a light actually right here as well. So you have your screws here and here. I want to open this up if I can. There's 2 screws here, maybe. Is that it? Is that the only thing? These have to be. Nah, I don't know. No, I can't, like, I thought these were stickers, but they're not. Interesting. Okay, so this thing right away looks like a graphics card, right? But it's not. It's actually a IPollo Ethereum Classic miner. I mean, I thought you could like it would be cool to stick it in but there's no slots. But then you got this guy here. So I feel like the look is just like, how would you word that? It's meant to look like a graphics card as a showpiece, we'll call it. Maybe that's the best way to do it. But that, like, because look at this thing. And this would have to go, where would you put this? Right here? Would that go like, yeah, where would this go? No. Trying to figure out how this goes together here, guys. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's like a showpiece with this here. I don't know how this slides on. I feel silly. Yeah, it's got the feet and everything. So yeah, I think it's definitely meant to look like a showpiece. Absolutely. I mean, it's cool that it looks like a graphics card. It got me super excited that like IPollo was going to start to sell units like this, like graphics cards that you could slot. I was like, holy cow, like this is next level type of stuff. So here's our IPollo. I'm not sure how to put this on. Maybe I'll figure it out. This is a power supply. Let's take a look here. Get out of there. All right, in the box. All right, so this is in typical IPollo fashion. This is this power supply is like the size of this. Okay, I probably won't power it with this, to be honest with you. These get really, really hot. On all my other IPollos, they get crazy hot. So let me see if I have a server PSU and a breakout board. All right, so here's how we're going to power this instead. You know, myself, other GPU miners out there, we've been using these server power supplies and breakout boards for years. I feel so much more comfortable with it. But if you want to go the route of these bricks, go for it. But I don't like how hot it gets. It's just a comfort level. So anyways, here's what we're going to do. See if I can do this one-handed. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. All right. Connected, we're good to go. So I'm going to plug this end in for power into the wall. Then we have here, we have a 6-pin. These are the chain critical cables. These we did, I didn't have a lot of these higher end ones, but I always like using these from either veteran miner or chain critical. I did have chain critical ones that had a 6-pin that'll plug into our breakout board, and then an 8-pin because we're going to need that on this unit right here. So that'll get us power to the unit. So now let's talk about this and like how this is actually involved with this. So here's what I've learned. I got some documentation from IPollo. This unit is like a standalone miner. But what standalone miner I mean is it's a USB miner. So it doesn't stand alone by itself. So maybe I said that incorrectly. You actually need to power it, and then you need to plug a USB cable. So we're going to take this blue USB cable, go from here into this little guy. This is a Orange Pi. I'm new to these Orange Pis. I haven't really got involved with the Raspberry Pis much. So we're going to plug USB from there to here. And then this unit is actually the brains in the operation. We can plug in via Ethernet. I think this is a wireless dongle. I'm not positive, like for that. And then on the back side here, there's actually an SD card that actually has the operating system on it, as well as everything we need to connect to it. So we'll find this unit on our network, log into it. It'll have a web GUI just like IPollo has. And then this guy here is a power cable. So I got some work to do. So let me get this all set up and good to go. All right, guys, we are up and mining right now. So I'm going to be honest, this thing is practically silent. If you guys can hear anything in the background right now, it's actually, you know, your traditional HP server power supply. The only thing I hear in this room right now is this guy and making all the noise. This over here, this is completely silent. Now, if you ran the brick that comes with it, then it would be silent in here and you wouldn't actually hear anything. But let me go ahead and jump over to the computer. Lots of information to update you guys on, and I want to show you guys the surprise of the hash rate this thing is going at right now. So if you're curious, last thing I'll touch on, watts, if you can see that, 281, 282 watts right now with the 𝗏𝐺. Not that I expect that to do a lot, but yeah, 280. So it's definitely more than the 240. That could be very much due to this power supply, I'm not sure, but still 280 some watts, not much when we talk about the hash rate I'm going to show you guys here in just a minute. All right, we're over on the computer. I wanted to find out a little bit more about this whole 𝗏𝐺 deal and how this is all working and stuff. So if you're over on IPollo's website, they have a pre-sale going on right now until the 26th. You can get the unit for $489, and some more information about this. If you pre-order this unit, this is what IPollo has told me, between now and the 26th, you get the 𝗏𝐺 entirely free. After that, the 𝗏𝐺 isn't available with the unit. So how you would do this is you would actually plug this unit right into a computer if you decided not to go with the 𝗏𝐺. Some people have several of these, different styles of USB miners, so you could plug this into that same PC and run the miner and off you go. So you are not limited to using that 𝗏𝐺. This is just an accessory or an option to go with it. For me, I'll probably do it because I'll probably put this thing in my shed, even though it's not really giving off any heat and is actually pretty quiet. But I'll probably plug it into another breakout board just like I have now that has other IPollos on it. I think that'll work out in the end, which should work out good. So on their site here, 489 is what it's listed at. ETHASH or ETC, and you can see here, ETHASH, 𝐷𝐻𝑊, 𝐸TH, ETC, 𝐾𝐬𝐴𝐶, CLO, POM, and ZIL are all available on here. So some options to look at, especially when it's talking about ZIL here, something for us to try out in a future video. So the hash rate it's saying is 300 to 330 and 240 for the power consumption. So as we talked about, we're about 280 currently right now. It could be my power configuration. But let's take a look at this thing mining because I'm surprised, to be honest with you. All right, so taking a look, we're about 357 when it comes down to the mega hash, which is at the high point, right? They had actually said 300 to 330. And I've been sitting here and I've actually seen this go as high as 450, which has been super, super surprising. So who knows the possibilities here and if future firmware will unlock more hash rate or what, I'm not totally sure. As I said, this is kind of the first revision of this unit that we got our hands on. So bumping down from here, looking at the miner config, you actually have the option right here at the top where you can go ahead and change between etc hash or ETHASH. Very typical of your IPollos. For my configuration, I'm actually mining directly to two miners and actually converting it to Bitcoin using that methodology. If you haven't seen that before, there's lots of really good videos out there on, you just put pretty much layman's terms, you put your Bitcoin address in instead of your Ethereum Classic address and bam, you get paid out in that Bitcoin address. Which is awesome. So other things to take a look at real quick here to mention to you guys, there is a mode down here, priority mode for hash rate to 𝗏𝐺 for it. Now we talked about the sound earlier. I have made no changes to the fan configuration. It is still currently set to auto. I haven't done anything in that regard. So as we talked about before, we were at 350-ish. Look at this. Now we're up to 390. Now it all really comes down to what we see at the pool, but about 390. Our watts, I just checked behind me, are still at 282. So I wanted to go ahead, huge shout out once again to K-Trim. Every time I use this, buddy, I'm giving you some love. He sent this to me the other week. So let's put this right here. Actually, look at this. I'll put it right there. And let's see how loud it is. Man, that's like nothing pretty much. I mean, it's a quiet fan noise. Sounds like I have like just a little oscillating fan on, and that's all because of this guy right here. All right, guys, so that's it for our first video on the IPollo X1. I still think this thing looks pretty slick, a little bit different for the IPollo team regarding being a USB miner, something different. don't have a lot of those. I know some of you guys that have been around for a while, you're used to these, USB miners versus standalone units there. But I love the fact it does look like a GPU. It is kind of cool and appreciated. Makes it super quiet as well. All right, guys, go over and check it out. I'll leave a link to this unit directly down below. Don't forget they're on pre-order now until the 26th. And if you do get one, you do get this little guy complimentary with your order. All right, guys, I am out. Leave comments down below on your thoughts on everything we went over today, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.